when he was young, the town kind of instigated to set up this wrestling match. Him versus like the town strongman, Jack Armstrong. There's mixed accounts of the fight.
So this is what happens when there's no TV or internet.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
the whole town plots to get a wrestling match going on over like rumors and.
Hey, Lincoln, you're stronger than Jack, aren't you? I don't know. I'm just trying to study. I'm trying to read. Leave me alone.
Nah, you're gonna wrestle Jack. We think you're stronger than him. I want to learn.
There's mixed accounts. Some people say Lincoln won. Some people say Armstrong won. Some people say it was a tie.
And I guess the world may never know who really won that day.
The world knows, but we may never know. There's mixed accounts of it. I think it was like if we're in high school, let's say we see somebody get in a fight. And
there's no clear-cut winner.
Like, some people will be like, yeah, he whooped his ass, son. Like, no, he didn't. He got his ass whooped. You know.
And then some people are like, oh, I think they tied. There was one story that I did hear about Mr. Lincoln. How pimp do you have to be kicked in the head by a horse at 9 years old? And just like, you're like, yup.
He got kicked in the head by a horse at 9?
They thought he was dead.
And he said, yep. That's his reaction? Are you sure that this is his reaction, Craig?
His reaction was...
He fell asleep.
He fell down and decided to take a nap. That was what happened.
But he pulled through.
He definitely came
awesome.
Out of it. You know, like 3 days later, he woke up and he was like, where's that fucking horse? Where's that damn horse? I'll kick his ass.
Then he doesn't learn well, does he? You got to attack a horse from the front.
Well, remember, he did get kicked in the head.
Not a fast learner, yeah.
Got knocked out. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's, you know, one of the myths. I'm surprised you never heard that, but that's pretty boss, you know, to come back from that and be like, yup, I'm still learning. I'm still going to be president one day.
He's such a badass. At his first speech, when he was running for office in New Salem, a fight broke out in the crowd. He looked and he saw one of his supporters getting his ass beat. He jumped off the podium. Well, from behind the podium, I guess. He wasn't on, he didn't climb up like a wrestler and drop a triple elbow or something.
BB from a Deli Fever.
He jumped off the stage, ran into the crowd, grabbed the dude that was beating his supporter's ass, and threw him 12 feet.
You think that may have been a little overjudged?
I don't know. There's a lot of people there. And he won that election in a landslide, like 200-something to like 50.
Well, it happened. It was just like, I was picturing the whole incident happening in my head in like a 2009 action movie trailer.
It'd be awesome. It'd be so...
It's like, in a world. It's just like shows flashes at the crowd. People are like, yeah, yeah. And, you know, just show a flash of him at a podium. And he's just like pointing his finger, looking at people. And he starts speaking, and then like it just like flashes. You know, like then it, like you hear that kind of drum beat, boom, boom. And then like you just see like a punch in the crowd. And everybody around starts scattering. He's still talking. He's like, not on my watch. And he just jumps down, and then like it cuts away. It's like, this summer.
Abraham Lincoln doesn't need to kill vampires to be a total badass.
The whole world will know who kicked the first ass.
The first ass.
The first ass of liberty. That was
In a
George
way,
Washington movie.
He did, because he was a Republican, and he beat the Democratic candidate. I'm not calling Democrats asses, but their
well, he
logo,
did kick the ass,
their logo
the
is the ass,
yes.
and the
very
the
good.
donkey.
So
and
it works.
The Republican
it
logo
works.
is the
only in theaters, and like he's just like shows him chucking the thing, and he's just like he chucks the
thing.
guy. It just shows him chucking the guy like 10 feet, and it just pans back to him and close up on his face, and he says,
"Damn,
you know that."
I was hoping he was fighting the Thing, like from the Fantastic Four.
Ben Grimes? No.
That would have been really cool.
We're going for historical dignity, so he's just going to be accurate, completely accurate.
Like a Grindhouse, but like not totally accurate. Like a Grindhouse movie about Abraham Lincoln, that would be dope. No vampires or zombies or any of that stuff. Nothing. No The Thing.
Just a Grindhouse movie about Lincoln.
And he's just whooping ass.
He's just
guts out.
Punching people.
Cracking skulls.
Driving cars.
Yeah, why not? You know what? Nah, fuck it. Let's throw some crazy shit in there. Fighting robots, boxing robots in the ring.
It shows him building a car out of wood.
He punches a dinosaur in the face.
Yeah, why not?
An herbivore, too. Just to prove. When he shows up on the island, he finds the biggest dinosaur, which happens to be the Brontosaurus. He climbs a really big tree, he punches in the face.
Now you know I run this place.
And I'm well aware that brontosauruses weren't real dinosaurs, but this is a Grindhouse film.
It was a brontosaurus.
It'd damn well be a
definitely
brontosaurus.
I'd watch that movie. It would also maybe have a couple sex scenes in it.
Well, I guess it would have to.
It's a Grindhouse movie, after all. He did have a couple love interests in his life. Rumors were said that he was deeply in love with Anne Rutledge. Rutledge?
I don't know.
They got together, and it was said that he loved her. They got engaged, and when they got engaged, she came down with typhoid fever, and sadly, she passed at the age of 22.
He had so much misfortune in his life.
He really did.
He was really manically depressed as well.
They said that he never really got over her dying, and that kind of stuck with him.
How could you?
And the other woman he was with, he wasn't even attracted to, and she wasn't really attracted to him.
This man watched his mother die, lived with an abusive father that he had nothing in common with. Had the whole town trying to get him to fight people all the time when he just wanted to read books. He was very different. He was very intelligent, and they say that intelligent people are unhappier than unintelligent people.
Because they're stuck around
bliss, and
they're stuck around so much stupidity that they can just point out, and nobody listens.
And they understand and see things that other people don't. Sometimes makes you sad. Sometimes makes you happy.
And
it's a double-edged sword.
And let's face it, when you're growing up in a town like that in that time of history, there was a lot of dumbasses. Like half the village were just ignorant fucks.